Hi, I'm Jessica Patterson. I'm Logan's aunt. I am also a self-contained teacher at Nettleton High School. When the September 11th attacks happened, I was actually in my third year of teaching. I was teaching at Nettleton Junior High at that point. It was during my prep period when I first heard that something had happened. That there was some sort of attack on New York City. I remember going into the lounge trying to figure out what was going on. I turned my television on, trying to see what these attacks were. Shortly after that, when we all realized that it was an attack in New York, possibly by terrorists, we were told not to show the news footage to our students. And I went to my principal because my fear was that my self-contained students would go home and see this footage on television and not have anyone that could explain to them what was going on. So I got special permission by Junior Higgins at the time to let them see and to follow the story as it was happening with my students. And we did. We watched the television the rest of the school day. It became a huge teaching moment, for lack of a better word. We didn't see the North Tower get hit. We saw the after effects, and we discussed that. We did see the South Tower get hit. And then shortly after that, we were still watching when both towers collapsed, and we saw all the destruction that happened after that. Even before that, we saw people jumping out of the towers. And I had to explain to them, the choice that these people had, to jump to their deaths or to stay inside these buildings and burn to death. And that was really hard because the kids couldn't understand how someone would make that choice to jump. We saw horrible things. We saw when the towers collapsed, we saw the dust and the debris that happened, and the New Yorkers running for their lives basically to get out of this cloud, of smoke that was coming at them. We were watching when, the Pentagon got hit. We were watching when United Airlines 93 crashed into the field outside of Shanksville. We watched it all go down, and I did my best trying to explain what was happening, but yet I didn't understand, what was happening. I was in as much shock as the students were during this time. And, we continued to watch the rest of the week. And, we talked about patriotism and, what it means to be an American. And, even though we lived in Jonesboro, Arkansas, how we could support the people in New York City, and the people at the Pentagon, how we could show that we cared. And I have to say that's probably been my most defining moment as a teacher. And I've seen some of my former students that I had during that time who, have asked me about that, about, you were, making comments that you were so calm when all this was going down. And I want to, now that they're adults, I want to tell them, I was crying and screaming inside just like everyone else, but I was, I didn't want to frighten them any more than what they already were. I actually went in the summer of 2013 to New York City myself, and I went to Ground Zero and I saw the memorial, and it was awe-inspiring in a way, but it was still like a little chilling because people were, were taking pictures and videos, and all I could think was, this is wrong. We shouldn't treat this like a tourist attraction. This is where people died. We need to be a little bit more respectful than that. So I just kind of put a nice little book in, from year 3 to I think I was on my 15th year of teaching then. But that's my recollections of, what went on during my school day on September 11th, 2001. Thanks.